So a few weeks ago, I'd made a video on how I'd been prioritizing my tasks within TickTick. And I talked a little bit about how I use the high priority flag and the medium priority flag one way. I use the low priority flag a different way. Then I had some custom filters set up that looked at those priority flags, and they also looked at due dates, and to try to filter out the tasks that I should be working on at any given point in time. And then on top of that, I had a focus tag that was supposed to match up with a certain block on my calendar. So when I hit the focus block, I was supposed to do this task that was tagged a certain way. And it was just overly complicated. Now looking back, I overcomplicated things. So more recently, I've been trying to simplify how I prioritize my tasks. And one of the things I've been thinking about is why I don't use the today view and tomorrow view within TickTick. So those are standard smart lists that come within TickTick, and they basically look at the due date of a task, and if it's due today, it shows up in the today list. If it's due tomorrow, it shows up in the tomorrow list. But I haven't been using those. And I think I realized why, and I think maybe TickTick might have got this just a little bit wrong. So the field on the task is called due date, D-U-E. Now, in my mind, due, D-U-E, means it should be done by that date. It should be completed. So going back to like high school days, when a teacher gave you an assignment and said, this assignment's going to be due on Friday, that would mean you'd come in to class on Friday with your piece of paper in hand and ready to hand it in because it's due on that date. Now, if I were to mark something as due on Friday within TickTick, I'm not going to see it. You know, if I go to my today list or if I go to my tomorrow list, and today is Wednesday, so if I look at today, it's not going to show up because it's not due until Friday. And then when Friday comes around, and all of a sudden I see this task that's due on Friday, and I don't have time to do it now because it already should be done. That doesn't seem to work, and it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. So what I think TickTick might have gotten wrong is that instead of using DUE, maybe they should have used DO. So you're going to do the task on that day, meaning you're going to work on it on that day. So if I had a task that was actually due and needed to be completed on Friday, I might set a due date of today, which is Wednesday, or tomorrow, which is Thursday. So, if I mark that task as due today, meaning I'm going to work on it today, then by the time Friday rolls around, that task will already have been completed and there's nothing to worry about. So I think it makes a lot more sense to use DO. And then, when I'm planning out my day, I can look at my list of tasks. I can go down and I can say, well, I'm going to work on this today. I'm going to work on that today. And maybe this task I'll work on tomorrow, so I'll set the due date for tomorrow. And that's how I'm going to think about due dates from now on within TickTick. And that's going to make those today and tomorrow views a lot better for me, because those views are really going to tell me what I'm going to be working on today, what I'm going to be working on tomorrow. And this is going to simplify how I prioritize my tasks within TickTick, because I can just simply use the due date, thinking of it as DO. I'm going to do it on that day. And that kind of alleviates all my problems. And then, within the today view, then I might prioritize things as high, medium, low, and sort it in that manner. But for the most part, I'm going to use due date, and I'm going to use it in my new line of thinking, DO, and I think that'll help me out. So anyways, just sharing a quick video on how I've been changing how I'm prioritizing my tasks within TickTick, and also changing how I'm thinking of the due date in particular. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.